Hello, 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 and welcome to Beauty Pioneers. Beauty Pioneers, we are so excited today. I would like to first go ahead and welcome my co host, Don Ferguson, and the lovely Coach Lee Hill as well. Um, as well. Oh, I got to do my thing too.
Yay.
So today we have a lot going on. Don and I have been talking about for a while. I don't know if you guys remember, we were talking about the economics of the beauty world. And we talked about it and we did a video about it before. However, this time we want to show you pictures because it's one thing when you're talking about it, and it's another thing when you can actually see and help you understand. And this is not to make people feel uncomfortable or like we're looking down, but what we're doing is showing you how to elevate your look and just kind of expounding and just talking about things and pointing out the science of things, what's damaging your hair. It's a whole lot that's going on within there. But we're going to start off with this video because a lot of the issues that we're experiencing as our clients are experiencing, as well as our hairstylist, is this reason that this this hairstylist was talking about. And Don had sent this video over, and I thought it was pretty cool for us to watch and then segue over to the results or the manifestation of what this hairstylist is speaking on. Here we go. Oh, I'm sorry, Don. Do you have anything to say before I press the button?
No.
Okay,
Let's
here we go.
roll.
Yes,
Showtime.
ma'am.
One of the things that I tell my students is, please don't go into a salon suite just getting out of school. Don't do that to yourself. It is number one, they get stagnant. Number two is no room for growth. Growth meaning being around other people in the establishment. But with a actual salon, like a full service salon, it's things that they need to know as far as how to handle clients, how to communicate to clients, what products. Certain salon, like full service salons, actually have product at their back bar, knowing the information about that product, why that product works, different products for different textures and why it works, that type of thing. So it's so much more than just being a hairstylist.
Mm. I absolutely love what she was talking about. Don, talk to me. Like, what do you think about that whole thing there? Like what she talked about, and then we're gonna segue on in.
Um, what she said was absolutely correct. And I think the salon suites is one of the issues on top of bad customer service or lack of education or continued education for cosmetologists is what contributes to the state of the industry today. When we come out of school, depending on what school you go to as a cosmetologist, uh, you're given a blueprint. Every cosmetology school has a blueprint for success. Arvida, Paul Mitchell, My Lady, Pivot Point. You have a number of beauty brands that are out there that have a blueprint for success already, to help you
Right.
develop. I think with us, when I went to beauty school, it was my book was My Lady, and it told me 5 years. You need to work in a salon for 5 years before you actually go out and open up a salon, on your own. And I had to have a formula and a strategy for my salon, So I see a lot of stylists now that, they may have picked up on a particular trend, because if you're out in the public doing hair, then that means you are able to provide a particular beauty service. So you might be in the salon suite based on a trend or a particular service that you do. But what
Right.
happens is, because there's no growth or no one to, what you said, like hone your skills, or if you're not self motivated, and working alone can be draining. So if you don't
Mhm.
have a support system, it becomes, you like she said, it's stagnant, because you end up
Right.
doing the same thing every day. There's no one else to feed off of. If the client came today, if you're a solo worker and you can work well like that, that's great. But you have to have extreme structure to work like that, and certain boundaries already in place with client relationships. I'm already there before the client is there, because I've seen
Mhm.
young people with salon suites that are extremely successful with
Right.
suites. They are there before the client is there, right?
Mhm.
So they come to work properly dressed. I don't know what this little girl is on social media, but I mean, she is like super fly. I have to find the video and send it to you.
Okay.
But she comes in like super fly all day, hat and all. She has all the angles from the stockings to the skirt. The other day she was in all white
Period.
with a tilted hat. But her presentation was so modern
Mm.
day advertisement. To I was like, I would go to her. Look, she was
That good.
current. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She went and she was doing simple cuts. She's a barber. So, she
Okay.
did her sanitized salon suite. It was, the decor was absolutely great. It was
Mhm.
clean.
Mhm.
The salon was, and you could tell she was there before her client got there. Her client didn't have to wait for her, wasn't waiting on her. You know what I mean? She was waiting on her client. So you could tell that she had some serious structure within her business lined up
Right.
already for success. And of course, she does multiple of services, but she's still a barber, right? And back to the young lady that switched out, it becomes stagnant because there's no one else to. You just have that one skill set, so you need more and more, as many skills as you can possibly do when it comes to beauty services to bring in the dollar. Like a diverse portfolio when it comes to
Right.
your skill set. I need to be able to do cuts. I need to be able to do color. I need to be able to do makeup. I need to be able to do pinups. I need to be able to do blow
Right.
dries. You need the more skills you have, the more revenue you can produce as a stylist, right? So
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
more services that you can offer. But if you stick on just one service, and I think that's why the salon suites kind of like dwindle out, because there's
Mhm.
nothing else to feed
Mm.
you. It's a solo project, you know.
Right.
So once you're done, you're done. Whereas if you're in a full service salon, like the young lady suggested, you have nails going on, you have the massage in the back, you have
Mm.
a barber, you have a hairstylist, you have just a braider, you have a formula for your salon. You have a strategy. So that's my thought process and my little 2 cents on on salon suites and how
I
it
think
relates to the industry.
I definitely can relate to everything that you're saying. Now,
Mhm.
for me, and I went on strict nothing but ego, and I
Mhm.
failed because when I opened up my salon, I was doing great because I had the skill sets. I had employees, right? So that
Mhm.
helped me out a lot. So I had the esthetician, I had a barber, I had hairstylists. So I was doing pretty well
Mhm.
when it came to that part. The part where
Mhm.
I understand when they tell you you need to wait, and they did say for me as well, Don, you need to wait 5 years. When I was in beauty school, you need at
Mhm.
least 5 years
Yeah.
under your belt. And
Right.
I was like, "Don't nobody tell me that. They just tell me that because I'm a black girl and I'm in this salon, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying." And then I went and worked at
Mhm.
the other salons, and you guys make it look easy. So it's like, oh, she's just here, she collecting her booth rent, and she got all these clients. I could do that too. But
Mhm.
and the salon I was working in, it was actually booth rent. And then the Caucasian salon that I was in was majority Caucasian. It was um it was commission. So then I opened up the salon. But the key
Mhm.
point where I messed up at was with two things: my ego, right? I was 2 years as a hairstylist. I didn't have the clientele built up like that. I had a decent clientele, but I didn't have that clientele built up. So if someone else walked out the door, I can handle it.
Right.
And the second thing was I did not have business skills. I had the customer service, I had the personality. People loved me when they came and got their service done. I was just like what you say. I'm going to dress nice. I'm going to be there before the client's going to be there. I'm going to do all of those things, right? And then later on, a couple of days out throughout the week, once I've seen them, I'm going to say, hey, reach out to them. How's your hair doing? I do all of that. But the business part, I did not like. And we talk about it, but I'm like, that is something that I think that when in the salons that I worked at afterwards, that is something that we really struggle with. You know what I mean? So I've had friends that was like, I'm making this amount of money all this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm making this every week. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up a salon suite. Right. So they look at that, right? And so they're not taking into account of it's going to be more, because the more what you're making at your home, now you go into the salon suite, you're going to build more clientele, you're going to have to spend more money, you're going to have to now, clients are not just going to come in just for that one skill set, they're going to ask you for different things. You got to be able to give that, so then you're going to need continuing education. So it's just ongoing. But that part, I'm going to tell you, if you don't want to learn about business, and when I say business, meaning payroll, taxes, you know what I mean? As a commission-based salon, staying on top of continuing education, you got to hire for that. All those different things that comes into play. If you're not ready for that, I don't think you should do that. If you don't have the mindset of it, like you said, some women, some people that you've seen, they was able to jump in and they doing it, and their business is a success as a salon suite. But for me, that thing crumbled eventually, because the business side, I was able to pay clients, I mean, my workers and everything. But when it came time to do payroll and all that stuff, it was a headache for me. I hated it. I would get so sad to come in on a Monday and do payroll, because I had to do all of that. Then I had to set it up for the quarterly taxes. So it's so much stuff that, and then I got to order all this product. So for me, I used to get anxiety spending all this money, and then I'm looking at the bottom line numbers, and it wasn't coming in like I needed it to. You see what I mean?
Child, client, I mean, the stylist would be stealing. My client,
Yes.
staff was stealing product. So it's like I had $1,000 product bill every month. Because I use top of the line products. It's because I
Right.
believe in the entire system. Like she said, the back bar. I use products that gave support education to the stylist, so they would come in and give training, on how to use the products and different things like that. So, like she said, you had various amounts of products on the back bar, so you needed a stylist or the shampoo person that was knowledgeable on hair and which products to use on the client's hair that was coming into the salon. So the back bar was key. I didn't hire just anybody. Like, people would like, because my salon was very busy. They was like, well, Dawn, can I shampoo hair? And you didn't need a license to shampoo hair, but you had to be in cosmetology school to work in my salon as a shampoo person. So those were one of the key criterias when it came to strategies and having your salon flow and work, was your receptionist and your shampoo person. They kept the salon and the flow going. And once I placed those two jobs in place, those were my employees. That was my staff. That was my team. And they were just able to get the clients, out and moving. It wasn't a long stay. Yes. And I was always late because, I was trying to do everything myself. I was burnt out. Like, from rental properties, because I invested in other things while I had, while I was in the salon. So it was very, very, I was just burnt out. I was burning both sticks, as they say, real estate and
Ooh.
running a salon. So I just burnt myself completely out. So my body broke down and everything. But as long as not, my husband always said, "Don't talk about that." But anyway, that's another
Mm-hmm.
story. How we devote so much to the craft that we neglect our bodies, and we wait until we're ill to try and repair it, whereas we should be in preventive mode and in prevention mode and in preservation mode instead of
Right.
on that what you call it, that hamster wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more you work, the more stuff you buy. So you're
Right.
really trying
Right.
to maintain this materialistic air bubble is what I would call it.
You said something important too, and I forgot about that. That front desk, that front desk is powerful. And
Absolutely.
I didn't have anybody working at the front. I was the front desk. I was the cleaning. I was the
Oh,
cleaning lady.
that
I was
part. Yeah,
the
that's the
payroll and
other
all that.
job. Yes,
When I tell you, and
yes, the
believe it or not,
janitor.
y'all, I
Mm-hmm.
had two children. I had two
Mm-hmm.
kids,
Mm-hmm.
and the most weight I put on, I was 127 pounds. When I got that salon,
Mm-hmm.
and then other personal issues, my parents passing away, I got to 180. That business is nothing to play with. Y'all hear me? It is nothing. Reese Lightning Electric says overhead in a business is what it needs to operate bare minimum. Man, you singing something there. So and
Yep.
like you said, Don, you got to have top of the line products. That's another big thing. Now, don't be
Yes.
wrong. If my
Watered
client,
down products and stuff like that.
I mean, no, listen, I told you I went
Mm-hmm.
somewhere and the lady was charging all this money, and I'm like, well, what the product? And she did put the foam, some of the stuff at what's the place, Don? Sally's, and put that thing in my
Yes.
time I
Mm-hmm.
drove to I was in North Carolina, that my curls had dropped, and she can cut, she can
Mm-hmm.
style, would not invest in her I try to go to her instead of flying to Miami to get my hair done. And I was like, oh, she won't invest in her products. I can't use her.
Right.
Can't use her. So what we're gonna do now with segueing, because this is all we're setting it up for people to understand that I need you guys to see the difference in this hairstylist and things like that. I probably should have pulled videos and showing the different kind of hairstyle and the what's the word? The class, or what you said again? The economics. You can tell the difference. So we're gonna go into some photos. And again, it's not to put anyone down, but it is to let you guys really like see the difference. You know what I mean? And also, what you may think is like a trend, or what's the word, Don? Or like everybody's doing, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what you should be wearing. You have to find your look. So this hairstyle here, I got 3 pictures. I just don't like him because it shows. Let me just put this thing up here. So when we look at a hairstyle like this, now it's pretty. The work is done, is nice. You got the edges laid, and there's nothing to the hair. I used to call this like the mermaid. Still call it mermaid or hair, because this is where I know this is someone that doesn't have skill set. Their skill set is very limited. They don't know how to cut. I know that they're not a cosmetologist. They have not been trained, because the same thing that's on the mannequin is the same thing that's on the client. There's no change. And I know we like length. You can still have length, but you still, you need to have some type of style to it. And a lot of you are getting these lace fronts. When I was there, I think it was like $200 for these lace fronts, because they were like very low, what is the word? Low grade hair. So that is the amount of it. I'm going to go to another one. You see, This is like what you call it, Don, like the shell hair or the helmet. Is that this more considered this lace front considered more like that helmet hair type look?
This is exactly what this is. This is a helmet hairstyle. This is a ornament that you take off the wig. It's a wig. You take it
Mm-hmm.
off and it's already sculpted, and you take it and you put it on. You apply it to your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real. So you can tell it's costume.
Right.
It's very low budget. Even though it may be popular, it's saying that
Mhm.
I need this to last.
Right.
It's like I need this to last. I need this not to move. And your hair is supposed to move. It's naturally from the
Mhm.
scalp, like straight down. So,
Right.
it's trendy because it takes no effort,
Right.
right? Things that don't require any effort or has no substance tends to be extremely trending now, or trendy in this
Mm.
era. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
no substance there, like you suggested. It's no cut. It's just
Uh-huh.
inches. It's just inches of curly hair. So it gives to what we deem valuable, right? We
Mm.
won't
Mm.
invest in actually getting our hair to this length. We rather um buy product, I mean, or what is this? An aesthetic piece and place
Mm.
it on. But if we worked on our own hair, we can achieve this. If you worked
Right.
on the science of, you know, remember back in the biblical day how long humans lived? We lived for such a
Yeah.
long time,
Scores,
right?
scores, and all that. Yeah.
Right.
Hundreds of
Even our
years.
grandparents, my grandmother lived to like 90, right? Nowadays, we're so into artificial intelligence and
Mm.
substances, so we're just destroying our natural beauty. It's like, let me just take this and put this on. It's like that I'm going to be, this is the cookie. I'm following this cookie, okay, that's the print, the full lips. I want that look right there. That's the
Right.
look. Everybody has that look, that age, so it's like it's a Barbie.
Right. Right.
The new black Barbie. No one's original. No one's standing out. Everybody's blending in. That's why you're just disappearing. There's no authenticity
Mm.
out there anymore. You're just disappearing, right? You're just blending
Oh,
into
that's heavy.
the yeah, you're just
Yeah.
blending into the crowd. You've succumbed to this particular identity. Okay, that is what I deem beautiful, and I want to look like her. Now I could go and get me a full wig
Mm-hmm.
plastered on my face, take this
Mm.
glue and put it all on my skin and my scalp. You're not going to see the effects of the glue until you get older. Just like we
Right.
didn't see the effects of the quick weave until after 10, 20 years when all everybody edges was coming out. That's why the lace fronts became so popular, because those girls' hairline was gone. They had complete
Right.
alopecia. So this is what brought in the lace front. So now the young ladies are saying, wow, I like that. So I want to put that in my hair, and they're destroying their hairline. Same thing, it's just repeating itself. So the evolution of beauty is still this, you're not preserving your beauty, you're destroying it. I was saying this the other day that destroying your beauty is trendy. It's trending, you
Oh, that's
know?
probably what should that title should have been. Destroying Your
Yeah.
Beauty is Trendy, but I was more so getting into I wanted to show them the difference, the same look, but the more healthier side of getting
hmm
that same look and things like that. But I wanted to ask you how much you think this hairstyle is, because it's a low uh the hair and everything is, how much you think this hairstyle is, because they're not gonna spend it. They will though, right?
Remember, her girlfriend or somebody put this on. So the install is not that expensive, right?
Right.
The install is usually less than the actual unit. So,
Mm,
if she's like an influencer, which she probably she looks like she is, or it might be AI, I don't know. at this stage of the game. It's so much
AI, yeah.
manipulation on imagery now. You don't know if it's real or not. But this look right here is what they deem beautiful. And it's a very
Right.
nice hairstyle.
Pretty.
If it was
Pretty.
if it was hers, I think, well,
Right.
I'm not gonna say that. Of course,
Um,
it's more beautiful when it's your own natural hair. Like someone was
right.
walking up the other day and was like, "Oh, is that your hair?" And I'm like, that's rude, right? But
Right. Right. To
I'm
even
just,
ask.
yeah, but
But I
okay,
can,
you know,
this is definitely a what would I say? This is definitely I know that there are licensed cosmetologists that do hairstyles like this as well. So I'm not saying that, but this is definitely, if you don't have a license, this is their work that they're doing. Like, you know what I mean? Um
yeah, this
I
this is
remember,
this is screaming unlicensed.
yeah. I
This
was
is
trying to be nice, but just Don,
Yeah.
it's unlicensed.
Well, I
Yeah.
could say it. This is screaming unlicensed. This is somebody that do hair, this is in a
Hmm.
salon suite at home. They know how to put on a lace front. And when
Hmm.
you have hairstylists that are applying lace fronts, that's their bread and butter, right?
Right.
I'm gonna put on this install because that's who's paying me and I need the money. I got bills to pay, kids to feed, yada yada yada. They paying me to put on this lace front and I'll take their money and put it on. So you have people that are like that.
Mm,
Whereas if you focus on getting the consumer who wants to wear her own hair, it
mhm.
is more profitable. This is why they fall off because they
Right.
don't focus or invest in the real client. The real client is not her. She's temporary
Mm,
because once this is gone, how you make her a real client is by dealing with her real hair. When she takes this off, hey, I need you to get in here so you can get some treatments. We need to give you a silk press. But I don't want to wear my hair. I know you don't want to, but you need to. And
right.
this is where you come in as a professional and you educate the client on
Mhm.
why she should be wearing her own hair. And
Right.
and then you give them that choice. And then you also say, well, if you're going to continue to wear this hairstyle, I need to see you and you got to invest in some treatments. And you know what
Mhm.
she's going to say? She's going to say,
What?
okay. She's going to
Yeah.
say, okay.
Uh-huh.
When she comes in and you remove this install, you can get $100 worth of treatment services in addition to the servicing this client. This is how you
Right.
transition her over into wearing her own hair. And it's
Mhm.
because they don't know, they don't know what to subscribe, what to do or how to
Right.
style her natural hair. So this is easier.
Right.
Sometimes it's just easier to go to the other thing.
The other thing is too, this is what you were saying, this is screaming unlicensed cosmetology. This is one of those dangerous hairstyles. That
Yes,
video, that video, I was like, it really triggered people and everything. That video had 45K. I had did a thing on dangerous hairstyles. This is definitely one of them, and
yes,
it definitely screams someone that is not licensed,
yes.
because what's happening with this young lady, that she's going to continue to get this type of service done because it's addictive. Weave, I tell people, weave and extensions and stuff, it's addictive. I understand. But what's going to happen, in the thing for me is two things. It's trendy, but everybody look the same. I
Right.
I wanted to bring out, I remember when I was younger and Halle Berry came out. First, Anita Baker had to cut. I ain't do with me, that was a little bit too much. I was in junior high. But then when Salt and Pepper came, I did the Salt and Pepper. And then when Halle Berry came, oh my God, so I remember that. But I remember saying to myself, I just don't want to look like everybody. So when I would go get it, even my scrunches, remember the scrunch and all that stuff, I needed to look a certain kind of way. I don't want to look like everybody else because I realized, I said, when I get older and I'm able to get the money or whatever, I don't want to look like everybody else.
Right.
But the thing is, here in 2026, we have grown women, that everybody is doing this. I'm doing it as well. It don't matter if it doesn't fit you. It
Right.
doesn't matter if you're going to damage your hair. It doesn't matter. You got to be in with everybody else. You know what I mean? And so this is a prime example of a low income, well, I don't say low income. What's the word? Low value hairstyle. This is a low value hairstyle. And if you went to certain places with these type of hairstyles, you would feel out of place. If you don't feel out of place, you make the people around you uncomfortable. I know it sounds crazy, but it screams these
It's that
hairstyles.
it's the hairline area. We always go to the artificial extreme aesthetics.
Right.
That's how you can tell when it's what'd you say, hood, I guess,
Straight hood, straight.
right? Because the aesthetics of it is hard.
Right.
It's
Shell hair.
hard. It's not soft. It's not believable. As a stylist, I would know that this isn't, first of all, when you have to put makeup in your hair, remember makeup doesn't go
Ooh,
in the hair.
Lord.
Makeup goes in the face. That's how you know the science of it is
Uh-huh.
backwards, right? They're not
Right.
operating in the realm of a licensed professional, because a licensed professional will tell you, why
I'm not
why
doing
am I
that,
putting
honey.
makeup in your hair?
I'm not
Why am
doing
I
that.
putting makeup in your hair? You're not on stage, right? It's like, you're not an artist, you're not going to perform, so
Performance hair.
we're always, we tend to the lines of delusion merge the reality from fantasy. Your reality and your fantasy collide,
You
and
know
it
what else?
mhm.
I'm sorry, you know what else this screams? When a man is saying what kind of hairstyle they like the women wearing and stuff like that, and when they say they would like it natural, they're talking about this right here. It does not look natural. Going back to what you're saying, you got to put the makeup in it. They got to put the spray tint. They put the comb there and they spray, because the hair is
Yeah.
thinning, so they spray those sides so it looks more full, and it looks very fake. And I think that this is
Cosmetic.
something. Yeah, even though women like, I don't care about what a man say. You care
Yeah,
about what a man say. You know what I
very
mean?
cosmetic.
And this
It
is
screams it
screaming.
screams fake. You be walking around with those fake Louis Vuitton bags
Oh,
back in the day. You'd be like, "Oh my god!" And then they came out with the Coach bags, and
yes.
it screams fake designer brand.
Oh my God. That's so perfect the way you just described that. Yeah, that's what it screams. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Now, you mentioned quick weave, and here's another hairstyle that is absolutely now. Let me tell you, the styles I'm pulling, they look nice, but it just kind of screams what it's screaming. Pretty hairstyle. Now, I call this the pump it up hair. It is beautiful. It's pretty. So I already know this is a what do you call what I said, Don? This is
A helmet.
yeah, it's a helmet, and it's also a dangerous hairstyle,
Yes,
because
yes,
in
yes.
order to get this look, and a lot of y'all are like, oh, I'm natural.
This style
So
is gonna last a month. These are styles that last a month. That's why they're
mhm.
dangerous. These,
And the other part is
I
look at
can guarantee you. Yeah, these are monthly hairstyles. They go to the hairstylist once a month, or
right.
even
And
probably
then
2 months.
right. Now, they got all kind of scalp disorders. That's number 2.
Right,
The third
exactly.
thing is they got scalp. I know you got scalp disorders because look at all that spritz. Look at all that pump it up. All
Yes,
that spritz and wax on the top, and
right.
then the dry wax on the top, and then on the side where it's smoothed out, that is direct heat. That is the blow dryer searing that hair in, the alcohol in, and they get it laid down. So
And
that's
what she got
where
pasted down on the side of her face like that? So
Say it again.
you're not gonna wash your face. That's pasted down on the side.
No, they ain't
The
gonna wash their face.
sideburn.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
That's not a sideburn.
Yeah, that's a sideburn. You're right,
Right.
but yeah, they're gonna risk it all.
Right.
I risk it all. And then you see the cut, and the cut is pretty. They took the razor and they cut it, but this is a dangerous hairstyle. This is a pretty, again, the gift of whoever the stylist is. I already know
This
this
is
is
what they're known for. Go ahead. Sorry. They're known
this
for
is
that.
all she know how to do. This is
Yep.
all she know how to do because this
Yes.
is what's trending. This is what everybody's wearing. And
Yes.
so it screams again, economically, class wise, it's in a lower class. This hairstyle's in lower class, the grade of hair, all of that stuff. That's it's screaming corner store, beauty supply store. Now, if you like it, I love it. But I'm pointing these things out because we're pointing these things out because we need to give you the education when you're risking your hair loss, scalp disorders, when you want to understand why and how. This is the reason why, and this is the reason how. Okay, these are not just dangerous hairstyles. It actually tells us about you don't really care about your hair. Like Don said, you are the one. You said a month, but Don, I have seen where these girls leaving them in 2 months.
Oh wow.
3 months. I was like, man, I couldn't imagine not being able to touch my scalp and wash my hair. I just couldn't imagine it. Now you can get that same hairstyle, similar hairstyle, but very classy, right? You can do that. This one. Hold on. Let me take that off. Similar. More softer. Let me give you another look. Hold on. Y'all with the layers and the razor cuts. I didn't even understand this hairstyle. I'm just gonna be honest. This is definitely a helmet hairstyle.
Beauty school.
That's beauty school hairstyle.
This is like beauty school. She could style hair. Back in the day, feathered bob, or reverse stacks.
Reverse stacks. I'll get that in a minute. You done took it way back, Don. The reverse
Yeah,
stacks.
it looks like feathers on the side there, as they will call it. It's
So,
very creative. It looks like her
very
own
creative.
hair. It looks like her own hair there. It could be installed, but it looks like her own hair.
Not to me, because
Oh,
on that side where the layers is, it looks very plasticky. The hair looks plastic like I
okay.
don't know. That's just for me. And then
Mhm,
right here at the top where that part is, that's like
mhm.
no. They
Okay.
done left her hair out,
The
but
scalp is too white. Is that her real scalp?
yeah, all that spritz. Now you see how that cut is. I took this person, and don't judge it because it's a Caucasian woman, but I want you guys to understand you can actually get this cut in this style. Layers.
Mm-hmm.
This is feathered. This is a feathered
Mm-hmm.
look. It's a classic look. This is actually how I'm growing my hair out. I want that look. But you
Mm-hmm.
can get this style. And this is, of course, this is her hair or whatnot, but this is just to let you ladies know, even if you decide to get I guess a wig or whatever, let it be more believable.
Right.
Let it be more believable. Let it look natural. It's nothing wrong with the wigs and weaves when you're doing it properly, but it becomes a problem when you're risking it all for that look, that one look. And because I know if that man, when they see me, or when my friends see me, oh, I'm stunting real good. But then you stunting and you over there in the corner doing the ghetto pat, and your hair's inflamed, your scalp is inflamed and inflammation because of the simple fact that you got all that alcohol and all that for that one look, when you can still get that look with your own hair and you can get a look like that. And there are hairstylists that can cut your hair like that. You don't have to have you don't have to look like twins. Where have you been? Another cut. So it was showing that And then we're going to get into the clothing and stuff like that, because it's just, I think it's good to discuss and let people know. Gorgeous cut. This is a cute quick weave. That's the 20. Is that the 27 piece, Don?
Um, this is so this is such a I know it's hard to find the words. This hairstyle is so helmet. Like it's a quick weave. Her scalp is not getting any air at all from the bottom to the top to the this is yaki hair.
Yep.
And it's a helmet hairstyle. Although it's gorgeous, like it's back in the day when we used to wear the stacks. You know, once the stylist, this is a stylist that she's great at shortcuts and she's great at a particular style. So this once you know how to lay the tracks on the quick weave, it's kind of simple, right? 27 pieces on the side.
Yep.
Put the razor on, and it's not hard when you know how to lay because the 27 pieces are already layered, right?
Right.
So once you place them on the bottom layer of the head, you have the whole crown that's open here, and that's with yaki hair. So I'm pretty sure that's probably 10-inch yaki hair bonded in, put in like probably the whole pack or whatever. And it's a hood style, right?
Yeah.
And it says where you're from, and it says how long you're gonna have this style in. So I'm pretty sure, so it speaks volume. Makeup is slayed, eyelashes are gorgeous, like the overall
Look,
look
yeah.
is I get it, right? I get it because I've been there. Right.
Right.
I've done styles like this. It's no judgment on her, but
Right.
it just says where you are.
And I'm gonna be honest, Don. Most likely, the reason why she have it styled that way, like the bang, like coming down, them edges might be gone because it looked like that on the side where they like how they cut that line. Her edges may already be gone, so they they're gonna continue to do this. Now I'm gonna show you the same hairstyle, right? Soft, elegant. You can make it elegant and classy. I'm gonna show you the 3 different ways you can rock it.
Yes.
Same hairstyle.
Yes.
Classy,
Yes.
simplicity,
Yes.
black hair color, rich,
Yes.
makeup on point. We already have the
You should
beauty.
have did a side by side with that. That is an excellent.
That's good.
Excellent. Yeah, that's a great. When I said an excellent comparison.
Right. So let's go back to the first one.
Yeah. Yes.
Hood. Now,
Yeah.
let's go back to the second one.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis
Chanel.
Vuitton.
Look, I'm Chanel. What is Chanel? What are the top brands that Saint Laurent. You know what I mean?
And then this is, what is this? Dooney and Burke?
No, that's not even Dooney and Burke. Uchi. You know the ones they haven't made. They haven't. It's a Gucci, but it's with the O's, the Uchi. Like it doesn't have. It has yet to make it. They're like they want high end, but they can't. And you have people. Sometimes when you visit the hood, and the hood always is like they coming out of the project with the coach and the carrier, the horse. I mean the horse and the carrier. Be like, like the prom pic the other day when a young lady was coming out from the prom and she had the green projects and the green buildings in the background. They were like, I know the green projects. People in the comments were saying, I know where you at.
Right.
So yeah, your hairstyle screams the culture.
Right.
Cameron
And
look a lot more natural on the
who is
second one. Yes.
this? Yeah, she Love
Laugh.
Laugh 3544. She says the hairline looks a lot more natural on this
Yes,
on
it
the second
is.
one. Right. Because and I'm gonna be honest, you ever seen people that be wearing weave all the time, then they take their hair down and they got beautiful full. I'm like, what why you well, my hair don't act right. And I get it because right now we in Miami, it's humidity up the but I'm just like, why? Like, you don't want to wear your hair at all? That thing is crazy. Exactly. Here are some more similar looks. Very elegant and classy. Still style. Has style and everything. Hold on.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all got this. And it could be we've added to it. Makeup on point. This could be
Mm-hmm.
AI. Who knows? But
Yeah, but
you
go ahead.
you
This is
can
a
have
client
go
you're
ahead,
gonna
Don.
make a lot of money. I'm sorry, you're gonna make a lot of money off of those type of clients because they are your weekly clients. Those other
Right.
young ladies are only coming every other month.
Mm.
They're only coming every other month. That's why you burnt out and you're tired. And all that work that you have to do, you have to remove the weave, the install, and then put it back, like put it back
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And when you
Right.
remove it, hopefully she doesn't have any hair loss. But this client right here is your real client. This is your $1 million client. This is how you build a $1 million business off of clients with real hair.
Don, and this is a client that cares about her hair.
Yes.
High maintenance. And I'm gonna say this: if you're a hairstylist and these are the styles that you're doing, we already know where your money at,
Right.
right? We already know what you attract. So
That's
whoever
the
you
bus
are,
driver.
that's what you
That's the
do.
That's the bus
Isn't it?
driver. She worked for the that's the bus driver hairstyle right
Mhm,
there.
mhm. So we
There's
got
nothing
that
wrong with
right. So,
the bus driver, but she just got to be up early. She don't have time
mhm,
to do this. Be bothered with her hair. She needs something that's gonna last. Now, yeah, she works at a
absolutely
law
love.
firm.
She work at a law firm. I'm be honest. I pulled you already know I pulled them because I'm like that. This is the clients that I'm used to.
Mhm.
Not saying that the other clients are beneath them, but what we're pointing out to you, some of y'all are risking it all now, and you're gonna end up like this client. You're gonna end up where you need a quick weave to cover everything because if you keep doing those bad, dangerous hairstyles, you're gonna
Yep,
end up with no hair and you're gonna end up here.
exactly.
When you look and you can tell the difference. And I'm one of them hairstyles. Ma'am, I can't do it. I don't even do quick weaves. I'm not doing it
Hmm.
because I it's that hairstyle that the previous one, her scalp is screaming. Now, and sometimes when they take that weave off, they only got a circle of hair at the top. All of this is gone. But you just keep going to now you just putting glue on top of scalp. There's no hair to blend or anything.
Yeah.
So here we go again. This is a hairstyle that it shows me the client cares. She wanted texture, she wanted style. And I keep telling women, I'm saying, listen, there are the hairstyles that you trying to get with the weave, you can get it with this and you can maintain it. You can maintain it because a wash and curl don't cost nothing for you to come in every week or every 2 weeks. And a lot of you know how to maintain it. Now we're going to kind of go into, and we getting close. We almost at the end. We got a lot more. So I guess that'll say go to the next slide. Now we're talking about clothing. And I want you to see the difference in the class, even in our clothing. It screams something about us. So we're going to start with, let me see, who would I go with? Hold on, y'all. Give me a sec. We got some bad sisters. So this is what we're looking at nowadays. Pretty girl. things exposed, hair cute, beautiful girl, right? This is what we call sexy. I was trying to find one with a shortcut. And then we have this sexy, class, certain level. We don't have to show so much in order to be deemed classy, beautiful, sexy, right? We don't have to do that. This even screams a certain level. Nowadays, and I have to put it out there, and I know it's like, whoa, yeah, because what we're saying is I'm talking about our community, and it's not a lot of us. This is something I do need to say, because a lot of times it's just like in the news, they put out like, oh, you women are, like they put out negativity when it comes to the Black community. Like we on welfare, we got deadbeat dads and all this stuff. But me working for the government, I can tell you that we don't lead in welfare, but it's what they put out, the stick, they put that out, and we believe that. It's the same thing with this. It's not everybody that's looking like this or carrying themselves that way and talking about they want a high value man. It's not that. But at the same time, you got to point it out so people can see, like, hey, this is what you're putting out, right? So so when it comes and deadbeat fathers, Black men lead, whether y'all know it or not, Black men lead in fatherhood. They take care of their children and stuff. I know I work for the government.
That's awesome.
And I'm telling you, we are not the ones that are calling for food stamps, of medical assistance, and a lot of them, it's other race, and a lot of them, they lead in deadbeat dad, and they lead in single mother. But what they put out, so I just wanted to make that clear. So I wanted to show you styles that you can make that can be edgy, still be classy and gorgeous. You know what I mean? So I pulled some pieces, and I wanted to show you that. We're gonna start off with Dawn. That's a bad sister right there. I don't know who this girl is.
It's time to shut the show down.
Oh, shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. That sister wearing is this a tie bustier?
Yes, it's a custom piece.
She is a denim girl. So she got the nice denim jeans. And she has, you can't see it in here, but she has the denim boots. I mean, denim heels that was just, oh, so lovely. Right. So this is one of our things. And this is one of my favorite photos of Dawn.
Thank you.
Yes, one of my favorite photos. I'm gonna go to another one, show you class, and we still could look. You still can be sexy. This is another fly one for me.
Oh,
Dope.
I love that.
Isn't that gorgeous? Look at those heels, boots.
Are those jeans?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I knew you was gonna love it because you definitely the denim sister.
Yeah, I love the oversized jeans there.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That hair, even if it's weave, it looks natural. Even if it's not her hair, it looks natural. It's a statement. It's gorgeous. Of course, we could tell this is a photo shoot, but you want to, when you're carrying yourself, you can show a little something, but what you want to keep it, you don't want to be on the borderline where it's like, oh God, you don't want to be on the borderline of trash, right? So you want to keep it stylish, edgy, classy. And ladies, who y'all know walking around the street like this? And I have friends that actually dress like this from New York and stuff like that. Gorgeous. But if you are one of those people that tend to go with the trend, everybody wearing a bob now, bob is fine. They have so many different styles of bobs. So many. You could do the concave bob. You could do the asymmetric bob. You could do the bob in the middle. You could do the solid bob. There's so many bobs and so many textured looks that you could do with the bob. But the thing that I want you ladies to pay attention to is what is my style? What is my look? You don't a trend, you don't need to be a trendsetter, but you need to be able to be comfortable in your hair, comfortable in your skin, taking care of your skin, comfortable in your hair and your skin, and comfortable in your clothing. So when you walk, when you're going out in public or wherever you may go at, you shift the room because of your confidence. A lot of us deal with low self-esteem. That's why we think that if we dress half naked and got everything out and leave nothing to the imagination, that's sexy. That's not sexy. It screams a lot of things going on with you,
It
right?
seems insecure.
Insecure.
Insecurity. Yeah.
Yes. It screams that. And so I wanted to like really point that out to you. Another look, bad sister here with the hat on. Play with it.
Yes. Gorgeous.
She got weave. There's parents, she got some soft weave in there. The accessories is bad. And listen, this is the other thing, Don.
Mhm.
This is y'all people dress like this in everyday look. What the other day we was talking when we went to the event, Don? What's the event we went to?
The hats off luncheon.
The hats off luncheon. And
Yes.
Don was saying to me, I'm like, I think it was like 2 o'clock or 3, it was like in the afternoon. And Don was like, Lee, this is what they do all the time. They don't have to have an event. These women get up in the morning, get dressed like this, and go sit and eat.
Right.
Right. And I know y'all like, well, yeah, they got the money. I got to go to work. But you have to invest in yourself. This is a part of self-love. Is you don't have to have the money that they have, but you have to invest in yourself. And when people see you caring about your style, your look, your hair, your skin, guess what happens? People give you that respect. When we see you coming out in a bonnet and what do they call them? A foot dragger with the slides on, dragging your feet and all that stuff, and a house dress, and talking about you dropping the kids off. That's not where it's at. And I've had people tell me, Lethra, where you going? I'm going to the store. Well, why you got that on? Because I like to feel good when I'm leaving the house. I like to look good. I like to feel good, and I like to look good. I'm gonna leave this last one, and then we'll continue with this later on. This is another bad denim, Don. This is actually where I got my photo shoot idea from.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Ain't that bad?
Mm-hmm.
Woo! That
Yeah.
denim jacket, that trench coat denim, simple white classic shirt.
Yeah.
Still showing sex appeal. You got your legs out. She got her
Mm-hmm.
beautiful denim pumps. Then she got a denim hat. Gorgeous,
Mm-hmm.
ladies. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sexiness, still class. She looked like money. That is what you look. Skin is fabulous. She owning her look. I don't care if it's a photo shoot. She feels good. We have to get to a point. The hairstyles that we pointed out today and the economic, talking about the whole economic thing, we may continue with this because I think it's really, really helpful. When I'm doing coaching, I've had clients that say, hey, I'm so grateful you helped me with my hair. I need to find a look for myself because a lot of you are at home mommies, taking care of your children and things like that, or you have those demanding careers, right? Where you just pull his hair back in a ponytail, no makeup, and you just go to work. But you want to be more desirable for yourself. You want to feel good and look good. This video is for you to feel that way, to point out what you probably should not be doing. Not probably, you should not be getting those type of hairstyles, and what those hairstyles say to others when you step out with it. I know you think it's really nice. The artwork is there, the creativity is there, but that is a dangerous hairstyle, and it is not becoming. Hard hairstyles is not a trend. Hard hairstyle screams, I don't care about the hair underneath. I'm going, like Don said, it screams hood, it screams what's the other thing, Don? You said, oh, scalp disorder, it
Mm-hmm.
screams unlicensed hairstylist. It screams
Unhealthy,
unhealthy. And then
unhealthy living
right.
is what it says. Unhealthy living. When I see styles like that, it
Mhm.
screams that. I also wanted to add, when it comes to your wardrobe, your appearance lets the world know how you would like to be treated.
Mm,
So when you come out with just your pajamas on, it tells the world you're not ready for life. So if I see someone in their pajamas, I say to myself, well, they're lounging today. They have no work plan today. They're just chilling. So although it may be a fashion statement, that's what it says. So when our wardrobe tells the world how to treat us or how we would like
mhm.
to be treated.
Don, that's a good way. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Well, hopefully, um, working in a government building, I would go to work, and I think I told you about this. And they would come in with their bedroom slippers on. They still got their weave wrapped up and the bonnet on, and they would every week they would have to put out
They came to work with a
what.
bonnet on?
Yes, yes. They come with the bonnet. They be in there answering calls and stuff. And every week they will put out the protocol or what we should be dressing like going to work. Right. And when you said that's how they treat you, you had the supervisors that talk down to them and talk to them like they are nothing because of how they carried themselves.
Mhm.
Now you had the supervisors or that were. I only had one that tried me, and I had to let him. Honey, please. You understand? Like I'm not that one. But I remember the ladies used to be like, "Oh, how you every day?" They would say, "How you wear them heels?" I put them on my feet. Girl, I can't wear them heels. You probably could, but you so stuck on. I just got to. They hate their job. I just got to do this job. They don't care about investing in themselves. So you get that. I got that every day. They ask you, "Oh, I couldn't wear them here." You ain't got to dress up like that. I do. You know, and so it's not a large. It is a large community of women that this is a part of self love. These videos that Don and I come, it sound harsh. I was really trying to be as kind as possible, but Don, like you just got to call it what it is, and if it offends you, hit dog holler. If it offends you, then that's not what it's meant for. It's meant to help you to grow, to elevate, to understand who you really are in this world, who God has called us to be, how to love ourselves, right? How to present ourselves. Remember that you got young girls that are watching you, young boys that are watching you. We were once kings and queens, and now we have people telling us we are nothing. And we're telling ourselves that, and we have no pride when we leave the home. We have no pride. We care more about how much I'm spending. And you're spending more on that cheap $10 wig and $20 weave. You're spending more. It adds up than you just taking care of your hair, taking care of your skin, taking care of your natural beauty. Right. And so I pray that this video helps you. Don, do you have any last words before I go ahead and sign off?
Um, Keep your value up.
Mm. I think we need to do another episode of this, Don. I really do. It was really good. Don be on point. Don, you was rolling today, honey.
Oh,
You not
my
playing. Huh?
bad. You
Don is
did
the
some
nerd in
work.
the Don is the nerd in
You
the
did your
science of the team.
homework.
Wait, say it again.
I say you did your homework.
Yeah, but we got more. We got other stuff. Next week, we probably will do on the skin and things like that because we got to talk about that too. Like that is really, really important. And the makeup and the lashes and all that stuff. So maybe we'll continue another episode of this. Otherwise, I pray you guys love this video. Please like, please share, Please add your comments on there. Please don't come for us because you know I will come for you. But otherwise, we love you. We will see you next week, 7 p.m. All right. Eastern Standard Time. Love you guys. Smooches.
Bella.